Right, who are the Brexit turkeys, which I call them? They are the collective ethnic minorities of United Kingdom, or the eventual Brexit turkeys. They include the Scottish, the Welsh, and the Irish, plus other ethnic minorities like Indians, Pakistanis, Turks who live in England, who happen to vote for Brexit. So these are the people. A significant number of these small groups voted for Brexit, not realizing what was going to happen, how it's going to pan out. They didn't know the Anglo-Saxons were going to hijack the Brexit to create a little England, which they always wanted. And so that's what basically happened. This group of people who thought they were kind of, voting for Brexit in the spirit of Brexit, they didn't realize what was coming at them.
I'm trying not to let the result change the way that I see the UK for a couple of reasons. First of all, part of my job now is to travel around the country, meeting hundreds and thousands of people to talk about Brexit, and I'm meeting lots and lots of very dedicated, very passionate people who know that the referendum result is a bad one, procured by very undesirable means. But secondly as well, I know that a lot of the people who happened to vote Leave in June 2016 did so in a very well-meaning way, wanting the best for themselves, for their families, for the country, and they didn't necessarily vote Leave because they're bigots or they're stupid or they're nasty people. So I'm trying not to let it have an effect on my perception of the UK and British people. Having said that, it is fair to say that it's made me a lot more self-conscious about not being English in England. Especially when I'm in some of the smaller towns in the countryside, I become very conscious of my accent. I become very conscious of how people might react to me, whether that's fair or that's not, and I've become also quite sensitive to the questions which have become a lot more common now. Oh, where are you from? Oh, you're from Northern Ireland. When are you going back home? And I think that sort of slightly pernicious sense that if you're not speaking with an English accent, you somehow are a little bit suspect or you might not belong here is one that it's quite difficult to avoid. Whether it's justified or not, it's one that it's quite difficult to shake off.
So in order to understand why they are turkeys, all you have to do is to look a little further into Europe, into the Balkans, where Yugoslavia once existed under Marshal Tito. He was the dictator for life, and under Marshal Tito, Yugoslavia had all these groups, ethnic groups, all put together in a cluster called Yugoslavia. There were the Macedonians, Serbians, Montenegrins, Bosnians, Croatians, and Slovenians. As soon as Marshal Tito died, hell broke loose. Within 5 years, the overall power which was holding these groups together vanished overnight, and these groups started to fight among themselves to be in a safe group. So that means they needed the land for themselves. So all of a sudden, Slovenians were fighting the Croatians were fighting the Bosnians, and the Serbians were fighting everyone. And it resulted in an ethnic cleansing. The wars lasted up to 10 years, and it was really sad. Nearly 500,000 people died in those wars. Same thing could have happened in England if hard Brexit has taken place, and if the Anglo-Saxon or English nationalism took over, and it could have resulted in chasing away the Irish. There are about 600,000 Irish people live in England, About similar number of Scottish people also spread across England, and some Welsh live in England as well. So it would have resulted in these groups being chased away. Fortunately, a hard Brexit cannot take place because of the Northern Ireland border situation with the EU. It's pure luck, really. The Northern Ireland border situation is preventing the hard Brexit, and as a result, a kind of unstable UK, just like the Yugoslavia. And so now European Union has prevented a hard Brexit. So hopefully it will be a soft Brexit, or Brexit only in name situation coming up in the next few years, and so United Kingdom still holds. It doesn't break up. But if at the moment hard Brexit takes place, if it ever takes place, United Kingdom will break up into England, Scotland, Wales, and the Northern Ireland will eventually unite with the Southern Ireland. But as long as the United Kingdom holds, then that won't happen. So that's why I call these groups, the Irish, the Scots, and the Welsh, who voted for Brexit, are like the Christmas turkeys voting for Christmas, thinking that Christmas is going to bring them happiness and wealth and prosperity. But in fact, Christmas would have brought them murder and death.